article of the impeachment of United States President Donald Trump was officially read in the Senate forum on Thursday, 1/16, afternoon or Friday, 17/1, early morning hours. The article submitted by the U.S. House of Representatives contains two charges, namely the abuse of power and efforts to obstruct the investigation. This is a difficult period for our country. However, now is the time for the Senate to make decisions as desired, statesman writer of the U.S. Constitution, said Republican Senate Chair Majority Republican Mitch McConnell. I am sure this institution can rise above the movement of short-term termism and factional fever, and serve the long-term interests of our nation. We can and must do it. The Senate impeachment court began on Tuesday, 21/1. Chief Justice John Roberts was appointed as Chief Judge. The DPR appoints the chairman of the Intelligence Committee Adam Schiff as the leader of the plaintiff team, called the DPR manager. Trump was represented by Pat Cipollone, a White House lawyer, to make a defense, while 100 members of the Senate act as a jury. Two articles of impeachment were submitted by the DPR manager, namely 7 Democratic representatives, to the Senate in a solemn procession. The document has been signed by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a senior Democratic figure. Sad and tragic for our country that the actions taken by the president have damaged the national security order, violated the oath of office, endangered the security of the election, and brought us to this place, Pelosi said after signing his signature. The president must be responsible. Nothing is above the law. The quiet formality made the event darker. Trump became the third president to be tried by the Senate in U.S. history. This became a political battle between the Democrats, the initiators of the impeachment, and the Republicans ahead of the 2020 presidential elections. Democrats control the House of Representatives, while Republicans control the Senate, with 53 advantages over 47. Republican senators can easily free Trump. However, the Democrats are persistent in pushing the impeachment process to warrant Trump's rights and authority, as well as sprinkling the stain on the president's campaign shirt. We carry out the wishes of the drafters of the Constitution, and that's a pretty heavy burden, explained Schiff. The DPR officially imposed Trump on the 18th of December last year. He was charged with withholding U.S. $391 million in military aid to Ukraine between July and September. The money will be transferred if Kiev investigates the business vices of Joe Biden, one of the Democratic presidential candidates. Trump was also charged with obstructing an investigation for banning White House staff from fulfilling the summons investigation call by the House of Representatives. Also refusing to provide documents containing evidence of a telephone conversation with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Pelosi delayed sending articles to the Senate before getting a guarantee that the Senate agreed to call witnesses and the evidence needed by the House. McConnell was reluctant to promise he will make a decision after the opening session next week. The court in the Senate is predicted to last for 2 weeks. Trump himself is not afraid to face the demands of Parliament. Again, Democrats who are incompetent to work try to find fault with others, he wrote on Twitter.